The Battle of Shiloh in April 1862 didn't just change the course of the Civil War, it transformed one man forever. William Tecumseh Sherman arrived at that Tennessee battlefield as a disgraced officer, haunted by past failures and whispers of madness. But when the smoke cleared after 2 days of unprecedented carnage, a different Sherman emerged from the blood-soaked fields, a man whose soul had been tempered in the fires of war's cruelest realities. What happened at Shiloh would harden Sherman in ways no one could have predicted. The screams of dying soldiers, the sight of green recruits cut down like wheat before the scythe, and the unbearable weight of command forged something new in him. This was no longer just a Union general. This was the beginning of the merciless strategist who would later march through Georgia, leaving ashes in his wake. The seeds of total war were planted in Shiloh's muddy trenches. This is the story of how one battle created the most feared general of the Civil War, how the trauma of Shiloh's 23,000 casualties birthed Sherman's infamous doctrine. War is hell, and the quickest way through it is unrelenting destruction. The man who walked away from Shiloh wasn't the same man who arrived, and America would never be the same either. The Devil of Georgia's burning was born in Tennessee's blood-stained soil. If you appreciate our historical content, we'd be grateful for your support, please. Like and subscribe to help us continue sharing these stories. Dearest Ellen, we've survived a savage clash where bullets fell like winter sleet. I live, though buckshot nicked my hand and a spent round bruised my shoulder, trivial next to the horrors around me. My first mount was a bay mare captured from the foe, swift as an arrow, sure-footed as a shadow, a steed I'd grown to adore. She took one shot, then another, and dropped dead beneath me last Sunday amid the roar of gunfire. No moment to reclaim saddle or arms. I vaulted onto my aide McCoy's horse until it, too, was slain, then my surgeons, both lost. Their staring eyes haunt me still, wide as teacups. Our camp, pitched ahead of the column, caught the storm's full wrath. Tents ransacked, 2 horses tied near my quarters, slaughtered. Now I'm horseless, pilfering gear from corpses like a thief. The first to die was my orderly, Holiday, a gallant lad felled beside me. That bullet was meant for my breast. When silence came, I bore his body back and buried him under a tree, its trunk riddled with musket holes, its crown shorn off by grape shot. Such are this battle's scars on me. My men were tender as new shoots. Some regiments shattered at the first volley, boys sobbing for home as they broke. Others held, jaws locked like traps. I rallied enough to keep order, herding them back with shouts and oaths. Sunday's fight was perdition. They broke our left flank by the river, but I braced the right a mile and a half out, buying minutes for Crump's reserves and Buell's Landing. Beauregard, Bragg, Johnston, their finest preened like cocks before the storm. Later, among prisoners, I found Barrow, a Louisiana classmate, his uniform stiff with grime and grit. He sought me, bragging how their brass hungered to face me. I gave him socks, a shirt, small graces in this pitiless war. I'll omit the battle's blueprint. Others will gild it brighter. Grant's report extols my deeds, though I've dodged a claim. Fate thrust me center stage. Defiance is vain. One Sunday, redeemed, Buell arrived as hope waned, his Kentucky regiments pouring from the docks toward Shiloh like a tidal surge. I anchored the right, poised to charge when his line met mine, the soil shuddering under their tread. This done, I edged toward the road, gaining it 500 yards ahead, right where the bloodiest work had been. There, I met the same Kentucky boys I'd led at Muldrow Hill. They knew me at once, cheering louder than artillery, hats flung like wheat at a jubilee. I asked to pass through, and they pressed me forward, shoving canteens and hardtack into my hands like alms. Since then, I've walked their fires, met by salutes and smiles no rank could ignore, young faces lit like lanterns. John's brigade is with us now, swapping tales of close calls. By my count, we near 75,000, perhaps more. At last, the numbers match my pleas. Halleck nears with reinforcements, though I'll credit it when his boots stain the clay. We were struck, reeled but held. Now we press. We'd march today, but for this cursed rain, roads churned to broth, wagons sunk to their beds. The foe aimed to break us before Buell came. They failed, but not without blood. This field's terrors would strip war's gloss from any soul. Corpses knotted, limbless, eyeless, horses ballooned and rank, their reek woven into my wool. We've buried nigh 2,000 since the guns stilled, each spade load weightier than the last. Our wounded and theirs pack every barn, tent, and steamboat berth, their cries rising like some damned chorus of the damned. My command once numbered 8,000 strong, half vanished like morning mist when the guns spoke. Of those who stood, 302 enlisted men and 16 officers are dead, more than 1,200 wounded. Did this battle birth a demon, or merely unmask the beast we've always been? The true terror isn't what Sherman witnessed at Shiloh. It's what Shiloh recognized in him, in all of us. Remain questioning, remain unsettled. And recall, every war wages twice, first with lead, then in the endless quiet after.